Hey everybody, it's Jim. Let me close these a little bit. A little too bright. Now it's a little too dark. Okay, so today is the 17th of December, and we are going to go ahead and get to some questions here in a minute. Oh, a bump on my lip. But before we do, I want to make some announcements. The first announcement that I want to make is that these recordings are live and recorded. So we had someone on the last call that we did call our office later that day complaining that they were on YouTube and Facebook, which surprised us given the fact that it's sort of obvious that this is not a private situation. So if you have information that you don't want other people to know, don't bring it up here, call the office. So that's one thing that I want to mention. This is not a private forum, and I'm not giving legal advice. I'm giving general immigration information based on the scenarios that people are sharing with me. So that's one thing you need to keep in mind. Now, there's some other notes that Laura Clark asked me to pass along. So let me find those so I can mention them. These are things that you guys need to know. All right. If you have questions about immigration, the first place to look is always our YouTube channel. If you can't find a video on your question, you can shoot us an email at info@hackinglawpractice.com, and I'll try to do a video if I can. Our intake specialist will make sure to add it to our list of video requests, and we do get a lot of those requests. If you want to talk to me to get answers to your specific questions, you can come on here for sure and ask, but you're probably going to want to contact the office. And if it's a case that we can help with, we'll try to do that. We also got a Google review the other day that was sort of nasty, where the person was mad that Daniel, the intake person, wouldn't give free immigration advice. And, you know, we have 600 videos, almost 700 videos. We have this show twice a week. So that's sort of our contribution to society and helping educate people when it comes to immigration. But we're not going to put attorneys on the phone to talk about cases with people who don't intend to hire us. So this is why we do the show. One of the reasons we do the show is so that we can share information and that everybody sort of gets a good understanding as to what their rights and responsibilities are under immigration law. But we're not going to spend attorney time other than on this show and in making the YouTube videos, just answering people's questions. We don't do consults anymore. We don't do paid consults. When you're calling our office, it's either to hire us or it's not to hire us. So that's sort of the whole thing. If you're not looking to hire an attorney, just check out YouTube or this show. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully people realize that we're very, very busy, and that that keeps us busy. And so we have to actually spend most of our time dealing with our actual clients, our paying clients, because we have to keep the lights on. The last thing that I wanted to announce, and I don't need notes for this, is that we are opening our office in San Diego. Adela, Amani, and I will be in San Diego next Monday to open the office. No, 2 Mondays from now. And we'll be operational the week after that. So that'll be January 4th, 2021. So without further ado, let me get to our first person today, and that's Pasha. Hi, Pasha.
Hi, Jim. Hi, how are you doing?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you. I've been trying to reach you. You know, I called you last time, but you were, you didn't take me. So I have a couple of questions, please.
Go for it.
My first question is that if a U.S. citizen starts his job at the age of 20, right? And at the age of 21, he applied for the petitioner for his parents. Can he need, the co-sponsor for that? If he is qualifying for his, annual income, $23,000.
Yeah, he'll still be the main sponsor, but he will need a co-sponsor for each parent. Yes.
Why, if he has, he's earning $23,000, right?
Right. $23,000 is not enough, number one. But number two, you need 3 years of good earning history, not just one. So if he's only
3
been
years.
if he's only been working for 1 year, he hasn't been working enough and he's not making enough.
Okay. So if he's not doing job or something at the age of 21 when he apply for the parents for the petition. So if he needs a co-sponsor, right? Nothing else.
He'll still have to fill out an I-864, but he'll also need a co-sponsor. That's right.
Okay, he has to do the job, or if he's not doing job, it's okay.
Yeah, if he has no income, that's okay. Because Pasha, we see this sometimes, like when a college kid marries their sweetheart, and the sweetheart's from overseas, and the college kid has never worked. It's just like that, just like same kind of a scenario where they don't have enough money, so they can't be the sponsor.
Okay.
I mean, they have to be the main sponsor, but they need a co-sponsor. They can't do it by themselves, is what I meant to say.
Okay, if he puts the co-sponsor, it's okay, whether he's not doing the job or something, right?
Yeah. Then the only last question would be, these days, would there be a chance that the parents could become public charges? So the question is, like, do they have money in the bank? Do they have an earnings history of their own? But yeah, for the affidavit of support, he files an affidavit of support, and the co-sponsor files an affidavit of support, and they both submit 3 years of their tax returns.
Both the parents or the co-sponsors?
The co-sponsor.
Co-sponsor, okay. I have the over there, the co-sponsor. He's he owns the house more than $1 million over there or something. I think he's good. He's earning good.
All right, great. Thanks, Pasha.
Thank you so much. Thank you for taking me. Thank you.
Good luck. Care. You got it. Okay.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right, let's go to Ahmed. Hi, Ahmed.
Hello, sir. How are you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good. Sir, I have a question. I had an interview on November 4th, and the consular kept my passport, and from that time till now, I haven't heard nothing. So, what should I do in that case?
Which embassy?
It is in Kyrgyzstan.
And is it a marriage-based case?
Yes, it is year 1.
What happened at the interview?
So interview went smooth. She didn't say nothing, but at the end she just I told her that I need to update my Wi-Fi new address. That I think I made a mistake. I shouldn't tell her about the new address and cell phone number.
No, that's okay.
So I just told her, and then at the end of the interview, she gave me 221G, and she wrote it down in additional documents, like in the other. She wrote it down in DS260 online. She unlocked the DS260 and she told me to go ahead and fill out your wife's new address and thing you need to update. So I did on the same day, and from that day till now I haven't heard nothing. I just sent them a couple of inquiries, and they sent me email back that we will contact you as soon as we finalize 2 weeks ago. But I haven't heard nothing from them. They haven't requested any documents. So what should I do?
What was the date that the I-130 was filed by your spouse? When did this whole thing start?
We filed in July 3rd, 2019.
So you could keep waiting, and it might be weeks, it might be days, it might be months. But if nothing happens, I would say within 90 days of November 4th, when you had your interview, then I would sue them, because you've waited a long time and you might just keep waiting if you don't sue them.
So, sir, they keeping my passport and live abroad in another country. This is not my country. I'm living in this country on a student visa. So I tried to contact them.
Wait, so what embassy did you interview at?
Bishkek, Kyrgyzstan.
But you're not from Kyrgyzstan?
Yeah, I'm not from Kyrgyzstan. I'm from another country. I'm from Pakistan, but I'm living here on a student visa. I'm studying medicine.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing. When you apply for an immigrant visa at a third country, that's always going to slow your case down. And when I became Muslim 22 years ago. Most of my clients are from Muslim countries, but men from Pakistan always get delayed. So you could be waiting 6 months or a year.
So they're keeping my passport. Can I tell them to give me back? Is there any good sign, or just keeping the passport? Just there's no any hope they're gonna issue visa soon, or just?
You can ask them.
Can I ask them back for the passport?
Do you need it?
Yeah, I need to. Of course, I live here, and then wherever I go, just ask for me to show the visa or like passport to do the if I want to go outside, in the
Yeah,
roads or somewhere.
I may wait till the end of the year and then apply, and then tell them maybe after January 4th that you need it back.
Okay, if we don't hear till January, what can we do? Can we contact you? Is there any email or your number
Well,
to?
the only reason to contact me is if you're going to sue them. Otherwise, I don't get involved. I don't send them emails. I don't. Yeah,
That's no,
yeah.
So if we want to file a lawsuit, how we can contact you?
Here, I'll put it in the comments. Just send us an email.
Okay. Actually, I tried to get to them, and somebody else answered the call, and
Yeah, well, I don't answer the phone
there was
or
somebody
anything.
else.
Yeah, so there's the
We
phone
have to
number,
make
so you can call
appointment
it.
before we file a. Okay.
Yeah, just
Okay,
contact
sir.
them and
Thank
tell
you so
them.
much. I appreciate. Okay.
Bye, Ahmed. See you,
Thank you.
buddy. Okay,
Appreciate.
bye. Bye.
Thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye.
You too, man. All right, let's go to Eunice.
Hi, Jim. Good afternoon.
Hi, Eunice. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Jim, I just want to ask you, thank you so much for the video you did yesterday about US citizen filing for their parents. I have a question. I filed an I-130 for my mom, I-131 and 485. And I haven't gotten back to them. And I just want to know, how long does it take? And the thing is, the other reason why I filed for I-31, my mom is here with me, and her mom was sick, so she wanted to travel home before she died. So apparently she died the other day, and she's not able to travel. And I haven't filed the I-31 in August. Till now, I haven't had anything from them, but they sent me a receipt notice that they received the documentation. So what can I go about that?
What country is mom from?
Kenya.
And so you're saying your grandmother passed away?
Yeah, my grandmother passed away.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's okay, thank you.
Hey, who's this little guy?
Say that.
Hi,
Hi, what's your name?
Dylan.
Dylan, how you doing, bud?
Good.
How old are you?
7, the luckiest.
No, you're
The
4.
luckiest number. Oh, he's 4?
You're 4 years old. I don't know why he say he's 7.
Because it's the luckiest number, Eunice. Why else wouldn't he say it?
It's 47.
Actually, that's what he says.
All right. So Eunice, you're a U.S. citizen.
Yes.
Mom came to visit. Is that what happened?
Yes, she came to visit, and then she got stuck here due to COVID. So so I decided to put in she had a B1 visa. So which she was given 6 months, the usual 6 months. It expired in August, but by that time I had put in I had filed for put in I-30 and
So I want to make sure you filed an I-130,
yes,
an I-485,
yes,
and an I-131 to get her a travel document in case she had to leave. Have you gotten the receipt notices back for all those applications?
Yes, I have.
And has mom been fingerprinted yet?
No.
So you're waiting for the fingerprint. And I think I've asked you this already, but which field office are you dealing with?
I don't know. I see the receipt number has MSN, so I think that's national benefit.
Yeah, but where do you live?
I live in New York. I'm in New York City.
Okay, so I've been hearing fingerprint notices taking 4 or 5 months. So I don't think mom's going to get her. She won't get her travel card until she's fingerprinted and they do the background check. And so you're looking at 6 months before mom gets that travel document at least.
Okay, and the other thing is, how does that? Because after I submitted that, they sent me they wanted me to submit the I-944 because she fall in that category. But I'm a nurse, and I think I make enough to support her. So does she need to show that she has her own assets and all that?
At least for now, yeah. Did they give you? So you got a request for evidence already on the I-944?
Yes, and as I mean, she don't have income. She's retired. She's 72 years old. So I just showed that I'm supporting her. So I don't know if that's gonna be a problem.
It sounds like it could be. When is the response to the request for evidence due, Eunice?
I submitted it and they acknowledged that they received it by November 30th. And then they said they're working on the case.
Wait,
So
you already submitted the response to the request for evidence?
yes.
Did you submit an I-944?
Yes, I did.
Oh. Okay, well, here's what I'll say, Eunice.
Yes.
I've been practicing law for 22 years. I've looked at that I-944. It's very, very hard to fill out correctly.
Okay.
We have one person in our office, Susanna. She's like the expert on it. But it really takes, they estimate, the government even estimates that it takes 10 to 15 hours to fill that thing out properly.
Okay.
So I'm wondering if maybe you didn't fill it out properly. I'm sure you tried your best, but it's really hard.
Okay.
So I think mom's case is going to get delayed because of that too. So it's going to be a long time before she gets her work card. The reason I asked when the response to the 944 was, I was hoping that it was going to be due after Biden took over and maybe you wouldn't have to submit it. So I would have waited till the very end to submit that thing if I thought about it.
Okay.
I wouldn't have rushed to file it.
Because they requested it in the beginning of November and they wanted it by the end of November.
Oh, well then you had to. Yeah, so you did fine. Well, Eunice, I don't know what's going to happen. I think your mom's case is going to sit for a while. And that might not be the worst thing just because you might want Biden's immigration looking at it as opposed to Trump's.
Okay. So with that, in that manner, she wouldn't even be able to get her advance parole to travel?
Correct.
That's been hard.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, so you might have to make a decision here in the next couple months. If mom leaves without advance parole, then the $485 and that $1,225 you spent, that's abandoned. But the I-130, you could get that approved and then have her do it through the consulate, but she'd be stuck outside the United States for a year and a half.
Okay, but my question is, since now I guess she's considered she's overstayed because she was supposed to leave. Her I-94 expired on August 22.
Yeah. But
So
you filed before she left, or before that 6 months were up, right?
yes.
Yeah, so she'd be okay if she left. Yeah.
Would be okay if she leave?
Yeah.
Okay, because that was my worry. If she leave, God forbid, they're not gonna let her back in.
Well, you probably want her to leave before 6 months from then. So August, that's the 8th month. So if you're going to go that route, you should have her leave before 6 months after, or have her leave before the 1 year entry that she had to come into the United States.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Jim.
All right, Eunice, take care.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.
All right, let's go to Kennedy. Kennedy, just remind everybody, if you want to be on screen, you got to be on screen when I come into the waiting room. So, Kennedy, how are you?
I'm fine. How you doing?
Doing great.
Okay,
What can I help you with?
yeah, I have a few issues going on. I'm in the US right now, but I do have an issue. I did apply for my I-75 renewal of removing conditional status, marriage status.
Okay.
So my agent, someone that's helping me, my representative, I think she made a mistake. I gave her everything that is required. So she made a mistake by not submitting the right money when she was applying for it. However, she did apply for it on October, I think 28th. That was when she applied for it, and I was expecting to get a receipt, but I didn't get a receipt. So after 6 weeks, I then called her on the phone. And I was like, "What's going on?" And she told me that that she made a mistake when she was filing. She didn't put the right amount of money. So I was like, okay. So what will happen right now? So she told me actually that what she could do is, one is they won't accept the application But the second thing is she can go ahead to resubmit the application again to ensure that they do have the application before my green card expires. I said okay. Now on Monday, which was this Monday that just passed, she told me that she has submitted the second application.
Okay.
So I was wondering, would that have any impact on my application being denied, or will it affect my application?
So first of all, is this person is this person someone that you're paying to help you with this?
Yeah, and I have been working with her like the very first time. This is my second time of working with her right now.
But she's not a lawyer.
She's not a lawyer. She's but she's certified. She works with refugee immigration here in Jefferson City, Missouri. So she's been certified, and she has worked with me, and I was able to get my application done the very first time, like my 2 years through her. The second time,
You filed the 751 with the wrong filing fee. Is that what you're saying?
yeah, I sent file. She filed it with the wrong fee, so I think she was short of $80. Now that didn't come from my own part. I paid everything to her, and she was the one that made the mistake on the fees. And she said that that will not be accepted. That she will have to refile it again, according to what she said.
So here's my. So did she file it on paper or online?
No, I remember that she said she emailed. She sent it through mail. So she had
Okay.
a tracking number and all that.
So Kennedy, there are a lot of things that are bothering me about what you're saying. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, I'm bothered that there's somebody out there. I don't care if they work with a refugee agency or not,
Mm-hmm.
sending in forms without the right filing fee. That's like the dumbest thing I ever heard.
Yep, I know.
So that has me worried. Another thing that has me worried is that did she say that immigration sent back the packet that she sent with the wrong fee?
They never sent that back. However, I called immigration. I called them on the phone, and they told me that they have not yet received the very first application,
Mm-hmm.
which kind of confirmed with what she said, that they will not accept that application. So she went ahead to submit the second one.
Did she send? Okay. Did she send a money order with the application?
It was through money order. Yeah, the very first one was through money order.
Okay. So then she sent in a new application,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Did you go and sign the new application?
Yeah, I signed everything. The second application, I did sign the second one. Yeah.
And who paid the fee this time?
And I told her that I don't mind paying the fee this time around, but she was like, no, since she made the mistake, she wants to pay the fees. I told her I don't mind. I don't mind paying the fees, but
When's the 2-year anniversary for your green card? When does your 2-year green card expire?
it expires on January 28th.
Okay, so hopefully you'll get that receipted before then.
Yeah. So I was wondering, would that kind of affect my application?
No, other than it slowed it down. But I mean, no offense, Kennedy, but this is why people should work with immigration lawyers so that you don't make mistakes like this. This is stupid. You should already have your 18-month extension letter, and the case should be underway. So she's cost you some time. Hopefully that's it. I don't think you need to be worried, but you need to make damn sure that you get that receipt notice back and figure out what in the hell's going on. She sounds like a dope.
Well, my problem right now is it could affect my job right now because I'm working for the state, and the state is wanting the receipt. Actually, they were the one that was helping me out throughout the course of my application. They had to write a letter to ensure that immigration. I'm working with them right now. So,
right.
But if that receipt doesn't come, it's going to affect my my employment right now. So that kind of got me worried. And she told me that if anything could happen, that I probably will have to go to Kansas and get a signature on my green card. I was like, I've not heard something of this happen, but I was like, okay, you know.
Oh, you'd have to go get a stamp in your passport extending it a year.
Yeah, that's what she said. She said,
yeah, but they won't give it to you if you don't have the receipt. So it's sort of like a vicious circle. So this person should not be doing what they're doing. They should be doing something else. So I don't know what to tell you other than I'm getting upset at that person, not at you, but at that person.
Yeah, and the thing that I did everything that was required of me. I had to make sure that I submitted it as early as possible. And 6 weeks, I didn't get any feedback, and I got pissed. I got upset because she didn't let me know before the 6 week. I had to call her to know that this is going on. And she should
Yeah.
have let me know early before then.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, good luck, buddy.
Oh, thanks.
All right. See ya. Okay. Let me know if you need anything. Okay.
Sure, I will let you know.
All right. Bye, Kennedy. Good luck, buddy.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right. So again, if you're on camera, I'm going to pick you first over the people that aren't on camera. So let's go to Ella. Hi, Ella.
Hi, Jim.
How you
Thank
doing?
I'm doing good, thank you. I have a question about adopted child. I've been, I think, emailing and talking to someone from your office. I have an adopted child who is 17 years old right now, and we have never filed, what do you call it, 600 or 800.
600 and 600 certificate of citizenship.
Yes, no. That's one for the adopted child. Before they turn 16, I forgot that one. I think it's called I-600 and I-800. We have never filed them before, but before he turned 16. So after 16, we cannot file them. And now, because he's already over 16 years old, I can file only I-130 or N-600K. Actually, the other question is, we are living outside the United States right now, and I'm citizen. I forgot to mention that. Because I am citizen, and we are living outside the United States. So in my understanding, I can file N-600K for him as a, because we are residing outside of the United States. But we have to been living together for 2 years.
Have or haven't been?
Yes, yes, before we file any of the form, I-130 or N-600K, we should be living together for 2 years.
Yeah.
And recently, I filed I-130. And when I start looking, when it might be approved, it's actually right now, because of all this COVID stuff, probably it's gonna take longer, and we might not gonna be approved by he gonna turn 18. And I'm not sure if that is the requirement for adopted child who is over 16 years old or not. Like, even if he gonna turn 18, is our case still, like, they will still gonna accept or work on our case or not with the I-130?
Is this child's, are their parents still alive?
Yes, his mother's still alive. He doesn't have a father, but he's my legal adopted child.
Okay. So, and what country are you in right now?
Russia.
So here's what I'll say. Adoption cases and trying to get immigration benefits for adopted children is very, very complicated. And as you've mentioned 3 different routes for him to get some kind of status. You mentioned the N-600, the N-600K, and the I-130.
Mm-hmm.
I've done probably 5 or 6 adoption cases, mostly where, like here, the kid's about to age out and the parents get worried about getting them the right benefit.
Mm-hmm.
These are very fact-intensive cases that I can't give you advice like that over this show. Like, I'd have to look at all the documents. I'd have to see everything that's happened. I'd have to get a good timeline of your citizenship, when this relationship with the kid started. I'd have to do a whole timeline. Then I'd have to do research, and I'd have to see what's been filed, what hasn't been filed, and I'd have to see what the right option is. So I'm sorry, but I can't tell you that just over this call because it's too complicated, and I don't want to give you bad information.
Okay. Maybe at least you can answer to this question. As I said, I already filed I-130, but I am about to file 600K. I know I'm working on the 2 cases because I want to see which one will they accept first. But with N600K, I know that the fact we have to enter to United States before he gonna turn 18. With that case, do you think I will be able to get non-immigrant visa? Because we tried before, they denied for us F1 visa a couple times already. If our case is approved for N600K, will embassy from any country, I know that right now none of the embassy is working, they might gonna look, okay, their N600K being approved, we can give them non-immigrant visa because we know they are going for the interview and they will become citizen, or that is a red flag for them?
That's number one. That's a red flag. But more importantly, you're overwhelming the system. You're doing too many things. Instead of figuring out what the right answer is, you are making submissions that are inconsistent with each other, that are in conflict with each other. You're saying, oh, on the one hand, he's a citizen. Oh, but on the other hand, he's an immigrant who needs an I-130. You're doing this backwards. Instead of figuring out what the right answer is and going with a good plan, you're just filing every form you can, hoping that one of them is correct, and that's not the right way to do it.
Okay. But in my understanding, it's still, we can do both of them. Like, I am not breaking any.
No, you can't. You're going to confuse them. You can file whatever you want. You can file every application under the sun. But there's 2 problems. One is that you're going to confuse them by filing too many forms. That's one thing. And when they get confused, they just throw it back on the shelf. Number 2 is that you're filing things that are inconsistent. On the one hand, you're filing a form under oath that says he's a U.S. citizen. On another form, you're filing a form under oath saying he's not a citizen. He needs an immigrant visa petition. And you're messing around with this. Hold on. You're messing around with this, and you have a clock ticking. He's going to turn 18. So what you should do is what I said before, figure out what the right answer is, not just file a bunch of forms from overseas with an agency that wants to deny every application that you file.
Mm-hmm. Only with I-130, I was thinking I'm doing the right thing because...
Hey, I'm going to have to let you go. I've told you sort of what I think you need to do, and you want to keep asking me questions, and you're not listening to me. So I'm going to have to move on to the next person. All right, so that's a good example, I think. I'm not mad. Somebody said, "Don't make Jim mad." I'm not mad. But I think it's a lesson. It's a good lesson that, and I'll probably make a video on this, that instead of figuring out your path and what you believe are your rights in immigration, this idea that you're just going to file lots of forms and see what happens on an adoption of a kid who's still alive or whose parents are still alive. I mean, you have a whole other hurdle there of immigration thinking that you are trying to do this adoption just to get them an immigration benefit. So that it's not unusual that adoption cases get complicated, and it's also not unusual that people don't spend the money on an attorney to figure out what their rights are and just instead try to do it themselves. I mean, this is freaking hard. There are lawyers, there's a lawyer in Georgia, and this is all that she does. And I've referred cases to her, and I would probably refer her this one because it's that complicated. So to think, yeah, Robert's right. She only hears what she wants to hear instead of using a pro to get the information she needs. I might not even handle this case. It's that complicated. So I've been doing immigration law for 14 years now, and it's too complicated for me. So to think that you're sitting in Russia and going to file a bunch of forms on your own and hope that something sticks, that is not the right way to do it. All right, let's go to Norm. Hi, Norm.
Hey, Jim, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you just fine. How you doing?
Awesome. Yeah, my question is pretty straightforward. So my wife just got her I-130 approved, and she had an interview for that. I won't go into the story why, but it was kind of funny anyways. And so we just did an AOS. So they thought that she was illegal. But anyways, so my question is, do you think she'll have to attend another interview for the AOS, given that she already had the I-130 interview?
So why? So Norm, you're a U.S. citizen or a green card holder?
I'm a green card holder right now. Yeah.
And so you filed the I-130 petition. Her visa is current because all the green card spouses are current, and so you file a 485. And the question is she going to have another 485 interview? The answer is yes, because they have to ask her. They have to ask her all of the inadmissibility questions. So yeah, she'll have another interview.
Okay. Cool. And
and you should, Norm, you should go to that interview, even though it'll just say it's a 485. As the sponsor, you should still go.
Okay, so you mean I should go with my wife?
Yeah, and I would even Norm, I would even bring, so if you have that interview, say a year from now or 6 months from now, I'd bring some updated marital evidence just in case they ask, and just in case they want to talk to you. They might, but I doubt it.
Okay. Do you have any other advice for me? I mean, we just refinance our house, so I'll probably bring those documents too.
That's good. Which field office?
Seattle.
Oh yeah, they're fine. Seattle's good.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
All right, Norm. See you, buddy.
Thanks, Jim.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Good seeing you, man. Take care. Good luck.
Happy holiday season. Bye.
Thanks, bud. See ya. All right. Next up is Dan. Over to Dan.
Is that correct?
Oh, sorry. Hi, Dan.
Hi, Jim.
Hi, Jim.
I'm Jim. You're Dan. How you doing, bud?
Sorry, I was on the phone. Sorry. I have 3 questions, actually. The first question, when you file for the green card and you don't list all of the jobs, like, would that be a problem?
Why wouldn't you list all the jobs?
I had multiple jobs, like a job that I wasn't there for long, maybe a month or less. And
well, I was at a naturalization interview, not a green card interview, but the same principle applies. I was with this officer, and she wanted to know from the time you got here until the time of the interview, every single place that you worked. So what I would say, Dan, is do your best. Like, do your best to remember. If you can't remember, that's one thing. Now, if you're saying I don't want to disclose them because I told them I was a U.S. citizen, that's a whole other thing. So if it's just a poor memory, just do your best to try to do a good timeline so you can lay it all out there. Don't be sneaky and just tell them everything you can remember.
Oh, okay. But is that going to be a problem? Like, if I'm asked, like, would it be a problem? Like, since I didn't mention it, ask me and then I mention it.
No. It's better to be. No, in fact, they'll appreciate it if you come to the interview with a nice list saying, this is the start date, this is the end date, best I can remember. They'll like that because it'll make the interview go faster.
Oh, okay. All right. Then also, I have a friend who's he applied for asylum, but he was granted withholding of removal. Is there a way to change status?
Yeah, I need to do a video on this. Someone just asked me this the other day. Did he enter with inspection or did he sneak into the country?
Well, he actually crossed in by road, but he presented himself at the port of entry that he's coming to seek asylum.
Yeah, so that's going to be hard. He could conceivably, if he married a U.S. citizen, could conceivably try to undo the removal, but that's hard. I wouldn't say it's impossible. There's a path, but it's a hard path.
Okay. All right. That's all my question I had. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Dan. See you, buddy.
All right. So.
All right. Kareem is next. Kareem.
Yes, sir.
Zayak.
Hi, Zayak. Good afternoon, Mr. Jim. How you doing?
I'm good, buddy. How you doing?
Good. I just have one question about one concern about my I-751 petition to remove condition. I sent it my everything because my lawyer, he passed away last year, so I decided to do it myself. So I filled up the application and submitted the evidence and documents and everything, and I sent it on November 24th, and I think I received it on December 1st.
Of 2020? 2020?
Yeah, this month, December 1st, 2020.
Yeah.
But actually, my 2 years green card expiring tomorrow.
Oh.
So I didn't received anything from them so far. So
Yeah,
that's concern what I'm gonna do.
people might want to say in the chat, but what I've been seeing lately is, 6 weeks, 8 weeks for the 18-month extension letter. So it might be a little while.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we always try to file it on the very first day that we can, because we know it's going to take a while, and it's all on purpose. It's just to make your life difficult. Is your employer going to be like knocking on your door tomorrow saying, "Hey, where's that letter"?
No, I don't think so. I have a problem with my employer.
Okay, good. Yeah, so it'll probably come end of January, I would think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard it is because the holiday season and everything. They
Yeah.
delayed. They take like
Do you
4
have-
weeks, something
Do you
like
have
that.
proof that it got delivered? Like, did you send it Federal Express or something?
I send it through UPS. Yeah, I get the message that the name the person that
Perfect.
he received it.
Yeah. Then the next thing I would do is I would check to see if they cashed the check.
No, not yet. I sent a personal check, but I check every day my account. They didn't check it.
Keep checking, and then if it does post, you can look on the back of the check, and sometimes they'll have the case number on there, and then you can look it up.
The case number where?
On the back of the check, when they endorse it, sometimes they put the the new USCIS case number on the back of the check, and you can track it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but so far I don't have any problem. Is if I pass the date, the expiration date to.
Yeah, no, you're fine. You're fine to stay. I was just wondering, like, if your driver's license expired or your employer is going to be wondering, can you still work?
No, actually, I work for UPS too. I'm a seasonal driver helper, but I think at the end of the season they're not gonna need me, so I don't have any problem with them. And my driver license is okay, but I have another concern, Mr. Jim. If I want to go to the country visit, like on a vacation or something, in February, by the end of the February. So if I didn't let's say if I didn't get anything from them like in that time, so can I still go? Or there is any way to have a stamp or anything to go and back?
You can try. You can call the 1-800 number and ask them if you could go. Which field office do you live by?
I live in New York.
Yeah, so you can ask them to let you schedule an appointment to go get a stamp, but usually those are tough to get. They're probably just going to tell you to wait.
Mm-hmm. But I think from now to the end of February,
that's 2 months.
Hoping I get something.
Yeah, I think you will.
Right?
Yeah, I would think so.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you so much, Mr.
All right, buddy. See you, buddy.
Right.
Good luck. Okay.
Goodbye. Happy holidays.
Yep.
Bye.
See ya.
Yeah.
All right. Next up is Chris.
Hi, Jim.
Hi, Chris.
Hi, hello. So my question is about, I'm 29 years old, and I never registered for a Selective Service. I didn't know. So on my application, my M400 says, I contacted one of the immigration lawyer, and she said I have to screenshot the application that I did this year. So when I turn 31, I will print that out and bring it to the interview. Is that right?
So how old were you when you got your green card?
23 actually.
And so, and how did you get your green card? Did you get it through marriage or?
No, I'm single. I got here with my family. So I think the first or the second day we went to the place to get the green card.
So you've had a green card sort of since you were a little kid?
No. I wasn't born here. I'm from Peru. I came to this country when I was 24.
And how did you come? Like, who sponsored you?
Grandma.
Uh-huh. So like, you never had a green card interview where they said, hey, now that you have your green card and you're under 26, you need to register for Selective Service. Nobody ever told you, right?
No, exactly.
And you have your N400 is already on file?
Yeah, well, actually, I stopped doing that because I contacted the lawyer and she said, well, there's a 50% chance like you don't pass the test because you never register.
No,
so
we've probably done 20 N400s where a male did not register for Selective Service. And what we do is we just do a long affidavit explaining why you didn't do it. Now, I know they've gotten a little tougher on that, but
Yeah.
and so what I would do is I would wait 6 months, and I would. So I want to look at the question. Are you a male who lived in the United States at any time between your 18th and 26th birthday? Yes. If you answered yes, when did you register for Selective Service? If you answered yes but did not register, if you're still under 26, you must still register. Or if you're between 26 and 31 but did not register, you must attach a statement explaining why you did not register and provide a status information letter from the Selective Service. So it's good that you did that screenshot. That'll be helpful. And then what you're going to want to do is sign an affidavit that says, hey, this is my name, this is my date of birth, this is my date I became a lawful permanent resident, and I didn't know about the requirement that I had to register for Selective Service. If I'd known about the requirement to register for Selective Service, I definitely would have registered. I love this country and would have definitely registered if I knew about it. I just didn't know about it. I'm still a good person and I would like to be a U.S. citizen. So then sign that and then tell them at your interview you just didn't know about it, and it should be fine.
Oh, okay. I thought I had to wait until I turned 21 so that way I don't have to bring this letter.
No, I would just wait until let Biden take over immigration a little bit and then file. I'd file it like in
file again, right?
May or June.
Okay. All right. So any other documents that I need to bring for that interview? No, just that.
I mean, just the regular naturalization documents, but nothing related to Selective Service.
And the screenshots, just in case, they know I applied before.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Jim. That'll be all.
Good luck.
Thanks. Have a good one.
Yep. Take care. All right. Let's go to Robbie.
Oh, assalamu alaikum, Jim. How are you, Jim?
Robbie, how you doing, bud? Good to see you.
Good.
Sure.
Thank you so much for your service, for your advice. I appreciate that. So my case, it's really it's strange a little bit. I'm gonna start from.
Well, don't tell me the whole life story. Just ask me your question because I want to get to as many people as I can.
Okay, Jim. On 2019 November, I went for my interview in Casablanca, Morocco, and after the result, it's reject. After I went back and I asked, he say, you have to bring your wife with you to the interview. And I get another interview, me and my wife, on 2020 January. The result, it's reject. So my question is, on after 7 months, my case went back again to USCIS. And around 1 month now, they ask me for evidence. So, and I send back I receive intention to revoke on 5 on October, and I respond on 23, and they get the proof. The USA get the proof, but I still no answer. I want to know, like, what should I do, Mr. Jim, about my case?
If you had to guess, Robbie, why do you think they don't like your case?
Because we have different age.
How much?
34.
34 years age gap?
Yeah. But we know each other from 2016. We are too real, like, we have a lot of proof. We have many visits. We know each other, families, everything. So,
I sue the embassies a lot, right? And I've sued Casablanca more than any other embassy. And I say that I sued them 80 times so far. And I would say 75 of those have been approved, and 5 or 6 have not been approved. And the 5 or 6 that have not been approved are situations where there's an age gap of more than 25 years between the American woman and the Moroccan man.
Mhm.
So I think you might not be coming to the United States anytime soon, Robbie. I don't think they
Okay.
want to give you I don't think they want to give you a visa because. So for those of you who don't know, Robbie's spouse filed an I-130 petition. USCIS approved it. They said this is a valid marriage. They sent it to the National Visa Center, and then it went to the embassy. And then at the embassy, they said, "Nah, we don't really like this case. We're going to make Robbie's spouse come into the interview." Did they separate you and your wife?
Yeah, yeah, but she they say like they believe everything we have, everything is real. They believe because they ask about Tamara evidence, like picture or our marry first conversation, everything that they ask we give. So after they say no, I'm not gonna give you because you are in this relation, just you wanna go there. So I
Yeah.
said,
So the embassy refused it twice, and then they sent it back to USCIS. USCIS said, they sent Robbie and his wife a notice of intent to revoke the I-130. Robbie and his wife beat that back, and USCIS reaffirmed the I-130, sent it back to the embassy, and now Robbie's stuck. Is that right, Robbie?
yeah,
I mean, we could sue them and see what happens, but I'm not going to guarantee you that it's going to work. I think it's the only thing that would work is suing them. But I do have a handful of cases, 5 or 6, where there was that age gap, and they just stood their ground and said, "We're not giving the person in your situation a visa."
yeah.
So
So
it's up to you.
yeah, I'm gonna wait a little bit, like 1 month more, see if any answer
Yeah.
from them. If the case, if they're gonna make the case move from USIS. If no respond, I'm gonna contact you, Mr. Jim.
All right, Robbie.
Okay.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank
Yep.
you so much.
Where are you in Morocco?
Oh, Sefi.
So my wife and I were there last year. We went to Fez, Casablanca,
Yeah.
Rabat,
Yeah,
and
I heard the
Chefchaouen.
news was in Chefchaouen.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
buddy. Take care.
Thank you so much, Jim.
Bye,
Have a
Robbie.
good
See
day.
ya.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
See you. Thank you.
All right, there goes Robbie. And now we're going to bring in Zaina. Hi, Zaina.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
Great. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you so much. So I want to ask you about my case. So I have a green card. I got it through my mother, and it's a 10-year green card. So I applied for my citizenship, and my interview is next month on January 5th.
Good for you.
However, thank you. So, however, I'm a bit concerned because I left the country back in 2016 for 10 months due to unforeseen circumstances that happened with me back there. So, I want to ask, what are my chances for approval?
So what country?
Jordan.
And so we've had this come up probably 20 times in our office. And the question that I always ask people is, when you went back to Jordan,
Okay.
did you bring everything you own with you, or did you leave most of your stuff in the United States?
No, I left my stuff here. I kept my lease going. I kept my job. I filed for my taxes in the U.S. And I'm not sure if brothers and sisters are considered immediate family, but my brother and sister were living here as well in the U.S.
Well, and so okay, so that's a good question. Did you have your own apartment, or did you just list their address as yours?
No, actually, I was renting a room in a house, and I continued to pay my rent. The reason why I left the country and the reason why I had this because I had a car accident, and then I had court sessions, and I had to attend the court and then do some medical follow-up. So I had to stay in the country. It was out of my how do you say it? Like it
Out
wasn't
of your
a
hands.
choice. Yeah, it wasn't a choice, and I left for 10 months. But
When you I'm sorry, Zaina, when you bought your ticket, how long were you planning to be gone?
I bought my ticket the first time in January, and I was planning to go for like less than 6 months just to handle the court issues with the car accident. But then the court kept delayed, and so I had to stay until October, and then I had to leave again and come back to the US. So in total, I left for 10 months, like I say, 10 months out of the US.
Did you buy a one-way ticket or a round-trip ticket?
I honestly don't remember. I think it was a one-way ticket. Should I
That hurts. That hurts your case. So here's what I would say, Zaina. If I were in charge of immigration, I would give you your citizenship.
Okay.
But unfortunately, I'm not in charge of immigration. And right now they're looking for ways to deny people's cases.
Okay.
So I think you have a lot of good arguments as to the question. The operative question is whether or not you abandoned your residency in the United States so that your clock had to start back over for purposes of applying for citizenship.
Okay.
You stayed more than 4 months out of, beyond the 6 months that you were supposed to. You bought a one-way ticket.
I'm not sure about.
Yeah. Well, nail that down. And the accident didn't happen on this trip, right? It happened before. Is that right?
Yes, but then the court and the stuff, it had a lot of delays that I had to stay there.
Yeah, but I just want to make sure that you didn't get in the car accident on this trip, the 10-month trip. It was a different trip.
No, it was back in 2014 or 13, I think.
Yeah. So I think that if I had to guess, I think they're going to deny your case and say you abandoned your residency and that you have to wait 4 years and 1 day from when you came back to reapply. If you'd asked me before you filed whether or not to file, I would have told you to wait. So I think they're probably going to deny it. I think you should still go through with it, but you should go in there armed with all your evidence of your intention to come back and all the good, that you paid your taxes, that you paid your rent, and you kept your lease, and you kept your stuff here. I think you have a good argument. Which field office is it?
It's Fresno in California.
Fresno? Yeah, I don't think they're particularly bad. I've only been there once, so I think you should be okay. But I would say, if I had to guess, I'd say 65% denied, 35% approved.
Okay. So, okay, I know I had to file later, but I wanted to take my chances due to the fact that I was getting a job, like trying to apply for federal jobs. So it required a U.S. citizen. However, can I ask you a question? Are brothers and sisters considered immediate family?
For what purpose?
Like if I want to prove that I had my immediate family living here in the U.S. while I was gone.
No, generally that means your spouse and your children. Generally that means it, but you can throw that in there. You should throw everything in there that you got. But what I'm saying is, even if you do a really, really good job, I think it's going to be tough.
It's going to be tough. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll try my best. Like I got my documents from Jordan, like about the court and the car accident and the medical follow-up that I had to do. So we'll see how it goes. But there's nothing I can do at this stage, right?
Just bring all your evidence to the interview and be ready to talk about it.
All right. Thank you, Jim. Thank
All
you
right.
for
Good luck,
everything.
Zaina. Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye. I like your dog too.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank
Okay,
you so
bye.
much. Bye, Jim.
All right. Last one. Fred. Fred's our last one for the day.
All right. Can you hear me? We're good.
I can hear you just fine.
Very good. Thank you, Jim, for your time. So I'm a green card holder. This isn't about me. This is about my brother who's in Canada. He is a permanent resident of Canada. My mom is a citizen of the U.S. and she would like to bring him over. Now this is a 21-year-old, over 21-year-old. He's 38, and he is not married. So I'm looking, and it looks like the I-485 might be an option for us, or no? Okay.
So just to be clear, you said mom's a citizen or a green card holder?
She is a citizen.
Okay, and brother is in Canada.
He is a French citizen who is a permanent resident of Canada.
Okay, and do you know about the visa bulletin?
Visa bulletin, no.
Okay, so I'm going to try. I haven't done this in a while. Let me see here. Share screen. How do I share my screen? There we go. Share screen. Oh no, I can't share my screen. But okay, so I just updated my settings. Okay, Fred. So Congress has a cap on the number of green cards that are available every year.
Okay.
And so they don't have a cap for the spouses of U.S. citizens, the under 21-year-old children of citizens, and the parents of U.S. citizens.
Yeah.
So if your mom wanted to sponsor a spouse or her parent or a child under the age of 21, there's as many of those green cards available as people want them. But there's a cap for all the other visa categories.
Mm-hmm.
And so whenever there's a cap, there's a backlog. So you asked me, Jim, is the 485 the right form that we file? No, the right form that mom files is an I-130.
Okay.
Mom files an I-130, which is a petition for an alien relative, and she files an I-130A, which is background information about your mom.
Yep.
Okay. So if we look at and every month the visa bulletin comes out, and the State Department announces what cases they're working on. So when mom files that I-130, she's going to get a receipt back, and that'll be her priority date. So let's say she filed it tomorrow. Her priority date would probably be, let's say, January 10th, 2021. And if we look at the visa bulletin, we go to your brother's category. Your brother is the adult child of the adult unmarried child of a U.S. citizen, right?
Yeah.
So that's the F1 category.
It is.
And he's not from China, India, Mexico, or the Philippines, so he goes in the general F1 category. Right now, the State Department is working and processing cases with a priority date of September 15th, 2014. So that's a
7-year wait.
7-year wait.
Cool. Okay, let me. Can I ask a follow-up then?
Of course.
The TN versus the H1B.
Yeah.
Right. So he's eligible to apply for citizenship in Canada now, right? Would it be more beneficial for him to be Canadian and try to take advantage of the NAFTA TN kind of strings to pull on, rather than being French and having to go through H1B? Is my understanding wrong as far as those not being?
It's always easier to get a TN visa than an H1B, but it has to be in a TN field. So if you type in Google list of TN occupations, he has to be on that list.
Yeah, I can't find a comprehensive list of that. I can find like
if you email me, if you email us, I'll show you the list.
Okay, cool. All right, and if mom owns a business and wants to recruit him, that makes things easier, I'm guessing, as far as that visa.
That's going to be unlikely. Yeah, no.
No. Okay.
They'll just be suspicious of that.
They'll be suspicious of that.
If he's 21, what about going to college? Why don't you have him come here and get an F1?
He's 38.
Oh, I thought he was like 22. Oh, no, he's 38.
No,
okay.
He's 38. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right, buddy. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. With that, we will wrap today's Immigration Answer Show. Thank you for Fred for being with us. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you so much, Jim.
You got it, bud. That was fun. We'll be back. I might try to do one this weekend. Amani is out of town, so maybe I'll do one on Saturday. But then don't forget, we open up our new office in San Diego. If you know anybody in San Diego who needs an immigration lawyer, send us an email, info@hackinglawpractice.com. And if I didn't get to you, I'm sorry. I know there's a lot of people still in the waiting room. Our phone number is 314-961-8200. And with that, I bid you all adieu.